So we had a home banking system. Yoruba people had a system where our inheritance. Yoruba had a system on medicine. Yoruba people had a system on when people are caught stealing. What do you do? So we all had a form of morality. Even we have a code called the Omoluabi philosophy, which is to ensure we behaved properly and harmoniously with nature and with our fellow human beings and other animals. So what was the sin? What was the penalty for many of these things? Many of these, there was a lot of capital punishment in the olden days. There was a lot of capital punishment. Even though we had prison, if somebody did something wrong, you put them to Tubu. So you put them there. But we did not have an industrial prison system. What do I mean? If people are captured in war, you go to war, you capture 20,000 people. There's a reason why I'm laying this foundation. So you can first understand the socio-cultural, socio-political reality of the past. Because in the minds of these Gen Zs, they think there is Nigerian correctional services, prison services 200 years ago. These Gen Zs think that there is prison system 100 years ago. There's no prison system 100 years ago. There was no prison system 100 years ago. So when you go to war, you capture 2,000 people, 3,000 people, 4,000 people. How do you deal with such prisoners? You have three options. Because if you go and read the book written by Pa Jisafe Moore, you are going to understand, coupled with other historical records, how Yoruba people dealt with prisoners, how we managed our prison service. So we did not have an industrial prison system. So what we had was that there were three options. Selling people into slavery was a punishment. You are caught in the act of rape. You are caught in the act as a prisoner of war, or you are caught, you are in the act of debt, you default in debt. And even if you default in debt, there's another system they call Olosigba. Olosigba. I cannot explain that in English language. So like, you went to go and borrow money, your parents borrowed money and they can't pay. So what you do is that you now work for that person. It's a form of servitude for close to 10 years, 4 years, 5 years, depending on the agreement, in order to cover up the debt. That's a form of servitude, form of slavery, if you want to go it that way. So slavery was part of the legal system in Yoruba land. So if you capture people, you sell them into slavery. If you capture people, you sell them into slavery. The British did not bring slavery into Africa. Slavery already existed in Africa. And slavery is not an African thing. It was a global phenomenon. The word slaves comes from a Slavic word called Slav.